yourself?
Robin Bornstein, Reiki Master and Meditation Facilitator. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody, for our weekly live Reiki meditation, where we have a little bit of, I would say, lively conversation, which we invite everyone to join us and say hello and jump into the conversation. And we've been doing this now, can you believe this, Robin? Almost a whole year.
When did we start? We started last March at the beginning of the pandemic when everything was closed. We couldn't go anywhere, so we started this.
Yeah, and well, I think what happened was, I know March 13th was my official pandemic day. This Carla, hello Carla, was my official pandemic day. In fact, I went out to dinner that night with my friends from college, and there's one friend, Lucy, my best friend from 7th grade, which was a shit long time ago, who gave me my crown. Say my crown.
I love it.
Yeah, my crown. And because she gave this to me on my 60th birthday to celebrate my superhero. Where's my little gift she gave me? For some reason, she believes I'm a Wonder Woman.
You are. You can get so much done. You have so much energy.
Well, it's not only getting so much done, it's being able to manifest pretty much anything in my life to make it happen. And that's what the theme is tonight, is about talking about our inner super healer. No, superhero,
but super healer. Super healer. We're all our own super healers. We can do it. Yeah. Oh, I love it. You have a wand.
I have a wand, which another friend made for me.
I have my feather.
Oh yeah. It's all about coming back and being grounded. But coming back to when we started a year ago on March 13th for me, when I literally had to shut down. And Robin and I said, what can we do to keep our people's spirits up? And I'm thinking, well, you know what, Robin, I'm going to kick your butt. I'm going to force you to talk on the radio.
And let me tell you, everyone, that was way out of my comfort zone. So I have to say that this was really good for me and very healing. And I found my superhero within me to be able to put myself out onto the internet like this live.
Well, that's the cool thing about our superhero. We could make him or her anything we choose to be.
Yes. Yes.
And in Robin's case, she didn't even know she had one until I dragged it out of her.
And it's been really fun. I think that's what's, it's fun to push yourself out of your comfort zone, to discover where you can take your personality, where you can take your energy, and how you can make the world a better place. I think we all have that power within us to bring positive change to whatever we're doing in life.
I think, and maybe Carla will agree with us, everyone could contribute. Simple as that. Everybody has something to contribute. No matter how small you think it is, everyone has the ability to bring out their superhero. I wish I had my cape, but I misplaced it. Sorry.
You need to find that cape and dust it off.
That's what I was afraid of. I was going to find something else to wear, and I'm thinking, I'm going to be sneezing through the whole episode. And not only will I be sneezing, I'll probably have an accident in my pants because of sneezing too much. Sorry, Robin, I couldn't help myself.
That is so funny. That's what, it happens.
It happens. Even superheroes have weak bladders.
Yes, we do. Oh, that's so funny.
But as we are exploring our superhero, anyone and everyone, nothing is out of reach out of anybody's what I call their reality.
It's true. We can all create and be our own inner healer, superhero, we can all, manifest what our deepest wishes are. We can work on ourselves to create our reality. I mean, I think that's what you just said. I mean, we can, we need to work on it, dream it, make your dreams come true, people.
Well, yeah, and I think
find a way, create a plan.
See, but the thing is, what's in the way of your superhero-ness is your fears and doubts.
Yes. And we sabotage ourselves all the time.
And the last time the sabotager tried to make her way back inside of here, I said, listen, you need to go.
I have that conversation with myself too when I'm afraid to do something, like, do a live YouTube or live Facebook. I just hear that voice inside my head. Oh, your hair needs to be perfect. You need to have lipstick on. You need to practice. And I find I do a much better job when I just do it and I don't think about it. And I just jump in and embrace it without worrying about what anybody thinks. And that's empowering. That's empowering.
Yes, it is. If you really think about it, like Carla was saying, she believes that it's best to beat to your own drum. I'm going to tell you this, everybody who's listening. Nobody cares what your drum is. You're the only one that has to believe in your own drum.
Yes. And I also feel that when people are commenting or being judgmental about the way you're beating your drum, it's because they're judging themselves so harshly that they feel that they have to then judge others. How do you feel? How do you feel about that? I mean,
what is
because when you get to a point where you don't care what anybody thinks, you're not judging anybody. Everybody's okay. Everybody can beat to their own drum, and you allow yourself to do the same.
Yeah, and if you really think about it, are other people's judgment really going to predict what you should or where you're going to go? I should take off my crown because not only
and that word should. I always tell
squeezing my brain, it's right in my white hair too.
Oh wait, look at this. I have to tell you, this is my inner superpower. Embracing my silver and white hair, everyone.
I think it's
been 1 year this week since I've colored put hair color in my hair. So it was February 28th of 2020 when I last colored my hair. And so, I've been growing it out and my hair grows pretty fast. So I just feel it's so empowering to not follow what everybody else is doing and do my own thing and grow my silver and gray hair out and to own it and to not care what anyone thinks. I mean, I've had some comments. Oh, when are you going to color your hair again? Or what's your plan? And I don't have a plan. I'll figure it out. I mean, and if I decide to color my hair again, I will. And that's my choice. But I really love not spending all that time at the beauty parlor.
Not only that, but to me, that's confidence. Where you don't live your life around somebody else's, they should live their lives, and then you follow in their tracks. Really?
Exactly. So I love it, and I found this community. They call them the Silver Sisters. I think it's called Silver Sisters. It's a Facebook group if anyone wants to look it up. But there are all these women who are growing it out, and we all support each other, and it's beautiful.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, and Jean says she loves your hair color because it's glittering.
Thank you.
I remember when I was at my hairdressers, and I couldn't believe everybody had to chime in and vote if I should color my hair or if I should continue to color my hair. And I'm thinking, what makes you think you own my superhero and that I need to color my hair?
Exactly.
To suit you.
Yeah, you do, and you do it for yourself. You do it, whatever you're comfortable with. You own that, and you do it. I mean, I think if people still want to color their hair, great, good for them. I don't care what you do with your hair. I never.
Am I bringing out somebody's fears? Do you think?
Yes, it's usually when people are commenting about whatever it is that they're commenting about. It's usually their inner fear that is making the comment. So it takes a long time as women to understand that. I mean, I'm 56 now, and it took me that long to get comfortable in my own skin and not care. I mean, although I've been that way for a little while, but it took the pandemic to embrace my natural hair color. I mean, how crazy is that?
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm glad it's taking you this and not to the end of your life and say, why did I do that? And I mean, I am really seriously thinking about let my hair go white. It's time.
It's, you know, and I feel it's like this inner power to be able to own it and to be able to not feel like you have to fit in with everyone else. That's a superpower.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a superpower when you say, hey, where's my crown? Okay, let me put on my crown. I can't never put it on straight if I don't have a mirror.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, I know. This is my 60. I'll probably use it when I turn 72. So, you know, I got every 10 years I got to pull out.
You got to upgrade it to a bigger tiara when you turn 70.
Oh, yeah, and preferably with diamonds in the next one.
Rubies, sapphires.
Yeah, and one of the things that Rob and I were talking about before we jumped on is one of our superpowers is self-care.
Yes.
Because one of the things we were talking about my apprentice, my reflexology apprentice, Maureen Jennings, and trying to get her out and be recognized. And she's such a kick butt reflexologist, and Robin went to see her for a while, and the self-care that she got from Maureen helped her.
Oh, it was incredible. It was incredible. I had consistent appointments. I had an appointment once a week for I want to say it was more than 10 weeks.
Oh, I think it was close to, yeah.
I think it was close to 15 or 16 weeks where I saw her once a week, and she worked on, the pressure points on my feet. And oh my God, it was the best self-care. I mean, I really feel it saved my mental health during the pandemic. Like, I was able to actually have a time to myself to care for my body, and to have somebody give that treatment to me really helped me relax and not be anxious. I mean, it was incredible. I highly recommend Maureen. I've referred a few people to her. I'm not sure if they've called,
but they will.
Incredible.
It's so funny when you first introduce what I call self-care practices to people. I notice it takes anywhere from 2 years to 5 years before they actually pick up the phone.
That's true.
And usually when they pick up the phone, it's about they're at their wits' end and they don't know what to do. They know that they feel lost or disconnected from themselves. When you lose connection to your superhero, you really do feel lost. And
you start suffering from all kinds of ailments, physical, mental. You definitely need to stay connected with your body and really work on your self-care. And in our feet are so important. They carry us. I mean, how many times, who's ever had, there's a few people on here, but have they ever had plantar fasciitis? I mean, I've had that before. Really working on your feet, the fascia in your feet, and connecting your overall health with what's going on in your feet is really amazing. So, Helen has saved many people, with their health.
Well, it's not only that, but it also, your feet connects you to the earth.
Yes.
It connects you to your soul, because the feet is about everything that matters to you in your everyday practice. So that includes your family, your work, joy, health, money, abundance. So it's about your everyday needs. And like Renee was here right now, she was saying, what is good for heart palpitation due to PTSD and anxiety? A lot of that is also grounding work, where you're going to keep your feet on the ground, because a lot of times when you have anxiety, there's too much energy going through your body. That's what it is. Instead of managing your energy and keep it inside, you're fluttering like this continuously.
Yes, and and Renee said, what did she say? She's heart palpitations due to PTSD and anxiety. But also check, like Renee, if you're not sleeping well, that can also create heart palpitations and increase your anxiety and increase your PTSD. Getting a really good night's sleep is also, like I think she said also here, the whole day when I'm sleeping, I feel fine, rested, and nothing else. Yeah, but maybe even check with a check with a sleep, check with your primary care physician, and maybe go to a sleep specialist, which is usually a neurologist, and maybe even check in with a cardiologist to, you want to make sure that's self-care. You've got to check all the boxes and go through the appointments to just make sure everything is okay. But I think a good night's sleep is
helpful.
Very helpful.
Also, too, you got to listen to your inner superhero.
Yes.
You got to listen to what she's telling you what to do, because right now, from what I'm picking up, she's getting mixed messages. And because you're here in your head, figuring out what you're supposed to do, you're not listening to what is in your heart.
It's so true. And that recording we play in our mind, that thought process that you're having, that can create your anxiety and also kick up lots of emotions, which may be affecting your PTSD. So you really need to be mindful of what is that thought. What are you thinking about? And if you're thinking about something, if you're thinking about the future or the past, and you're getting anxious, you need to stop, focus on your breathing, and be present in the moment. And try not, and that is really, really helpful. And that's why meditation is so amazing for those ailments, for anxiety. It's an incredible gift being able to focus and be present with your breathing.
Yeah. So coming back to understanding your fears, not only understanding them, embracing them. What is your fear trying to teach you?
It's trying to teach you to pay attention to your thoughts.
Yeah, and also what I call your stupid thoughts, because
yes,
if you think about your thoughts is repetitious. Depending on what you OCD about, your obsessive compulsive thoughts. Think about where you go to. Instead of breaking free, you're actually growing your fears and making it worse, because
it's so true. It's so true. And I was just reading a quote in this book right here that I had, what did the quote say? I mean, you've all heard it. How do you make God laugh? Tell him your plans. Don't always be in the future with your plans.
exactly.
You need to create goals and have a life map of where you want to go, what you want to do. But, don't be so hard on yourself that, it has to be a certain way. It should be this way, or it shouldn't be that way. Get the word should out of your vocabulary and you'll be much happier.
Yeah. As Jean was saying right now, don't always believe everything you think.
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes we start these stories in our mind and it's not even real. The reality, we're not even, we all can do that. So
we also make our
mindful of your mind, self-care. So somebody else asked a question here. She said, I don't know what I have. It's Carla.
She says, I have 3 to 4 lumps on the right foot. I massage it all the time. I waitress for years. So the right foot is for receiving. No, I take that back. It's for giving. So Carla, if you're the kind of person that give more than you receive, think about it, because what happens, it creates an imbalance in the body. So you have been constantly giving, and then you go, oh no, I don't need anything. So you create an imbalance in the body. So unfortunately, everything, with the lumps in the feet, that tells you that the energies become stagnant. So basically you got to think about, what have you cheated yourself out of all these years, or you gave it away.
Yes. And it's okay to receive. It's okay to be a giver. Being a giver is a wonderful thing. You
yes,
also need to, it's the balance of energy between you and other people and you and yourself. You need to be able to give and receive.
So,
And it should be balanced with everyone.
so why do my feet turn in? I always get this supinate or pronate your feet. When you supinate, it's funny, we didn't really learn much about why feet turn in or why feet turn out.
I believe it's the hips. So if your hips tend to, go forward a little bit, then your feet can pronate in. And I know that back when I was a baby, I was in like a brace or like a cast to correct my pronation, where they don't do that anymore. They don't teach pediatricians about kids' feet unless it's really, really, really obvious. They don't address that like they used to. And if your feet are turning in, you may need orthotics. So you need to go see an orthopedic doctor to have orthotics made, and that will help with your hips and your back. I think Rebecca said that. Rebecca, do you have back pain as well? Because that's something you should check again with your primary care physician. Go and have that addressed and take care of your feet. Because when you take care of your feet, your back's going to feel better, and your hips are going to feel better. And stretching.
I'm going to talk which is really great, Rob. You talk about the physical aspect. I'm going to talk about the energy aspect, if you don't mind, because I'm one of those people come and see us at the Healing Place. We always address the physical problem, but what's really important is to understand the emotional and also the spiritual component where you connect to your spirit. So, neuropathy, when your nerves are pinching, think about where you are in your life. Are you being heard? Are you being respected? Have you gotten where you want to be? So if you're turning in, I'm just thinking energetically, are you being inclusive? Are you people including you? Do you feel like an outsider, or perhaps you're trying to protect your energy? So if you're turning in, you're not going outwardly to ask people for help. And maybe you're at the point where you don't feel safe, or you're trusting people when you go outside and say, hey, I need help. And then if you're afraid of people saying, no, this is rejection time, you could figure it out yourself. So think about how you've been supported in your life. So does that sound something familiar to you, Rebecca? Because we would love to hear if I hit it on.
And sometimes we're just in our own ways too. Like we sabotage ourselves. We can block our energy, and sometimes it's just hard to get stuff done. And that, that's where the self-care piece comes in, is really paying attention to where we're feeling frustrated, not heard, where we're shutting down. I think last week I didn't come on last Tuesday because I was having a moment like that where my energy.
I know. My energy had a crash.
Yeah, my energy was off. So, and you have to be able to take time for yourself to regenerate your energy emotionally.
Okay,
so
like
show up.
Rebecca is saying, thank you. Yes, COVID has really stopped me from a lot of things. So that's a lot of fear, because as you're turning into yourself and you're learning that you have to be self-sufficient, it's scary because all of a sudden your tribe has disappeared.
Yes. And that's so easy, especially right now. It's so easy to say, no, I'm not going to meet up for a walk because you're nervous about COVID. But it's really, wear a mask, take all the precautions, bring your hand sanitizer, and go. And, try not, social distance. That's really important. And just everyone has different comfort levels. I know people that have been flying all over the country during this time, and they're comfortable with it. They're going on vacation and they're doing their thing. And I'm not, I think that's awesome. But everybody has a different level of where they're comfortable moving about. So COVID can stop you from doing a lot of things, but try not to, I guess, lock yourself in the house. Get out, walk around the block.
What's also important,
go to the park.
And anyone could jump in with this, I really think it's really important not to grow your fears. Yes. be mindful of everything that you do, but think about what you do when you begin to grow your fears and how it really becomes like a disease. You could actually feel it growing in your body.
Oh, absolutely. And Rebecca, I had a COVID scare today because I pulled into my garage and I was on the phone. So I didn't jump out of the car yet because I was still connected. My phone was connected to my Bluetooth, and I didn't realize it, but the UPS truck pulled into my driveway and walked into the garage. And so when I then got out of the car and walked around the car, the UPS guy was coming at me, like, because he was in my garage, and I was like, first of all, I was like, oh, and then he didn't have a mask on, so here he was breathing in my garage, and then I had to walk through this cloud, and I was like, and I was on the phone still with someone. I was like, oh my god, did I just breathe in his unmasked air? And then I'm like, oh, stop it, the garage is a little air, I'm fine.
So what happens a lot of time, your fears will grow the diseases too. And I'm just talking from an energy point of view. You know, you still physically have to do all the precaution, but why take it to that level if you don't have to?
Exactly. And I thought it for a minute, and then I shut it down. And when I thought about fear around COVID, I thought about that moment, and I decided I wasn't going there.
Okay, so your superhero inside of you will tell you always what's going on. It's just a matter, do you trust her? Because what we end up doing is self-doubting. That comes quickly to a lot of people. It's just that we think we need somebody else's validation. Just make sure that we are thinking that's on the right track.
Absolutely. There's a lot of that going around. And it's a practice. Practice.
Every time you have a negative thought, think about where it's coming from. And is it really real? Is it true?
Is it true? Exactly. Is it true? And the other thing too is, this is a practice. So don't say to yourself, oh, I'm gonna, this is just, I'm gonna start thinking differently and it's gonna happen like that. No. That's like saying I'm gonna run a marathon and not training. You need to practice. It takes time to get to a place where you listen to your own inner voice.
That's true. And then if you have a bad day, so what?
So what? Be okay with not being okay.
Yeah.
That's the theme for me lately.
Oh yeah, Rebecca's asking, how do you block others' energy? Well, right now
we need to start selling those. Remember what we were talking about, Helen?
Yeah.
We have these aura pretend you have an aura, you have a condom, this aura condom, and you're going to put it over your energy field. So
well, another thing too, we've also taken it to the next level where we develop a 17-part course series called First Step to Your Spiritual Journey. It's all about respecting and honoring who you are. Yes. And this is, I think next week we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But I really want to jump into like a real quick meditation, Robin.
Okay. And who is it, Rebecca? So Rebecca, I want you to maybe Google your energetic body and think about the etheric body, the emotional body, the mental body, and really do some research on how to protect your space, which you radiate energy. We're all a beautiful energy field. So you need to, be aware of that. So maybe Google that this week, your emotional energy body.
Yep. And that's what, and it's important because the more you understand who you are and own it, don't give away your powers.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to do a meditation. Helen's going to send some beautiful Reiki energy to everyone, so get comfortable. I'm just going to...
Yeah. And then before I always do my little thing right here. Please share this video if you think it's going to help other people, because we want to build a big kick butt community of healers. Share, like, follow, subscribe. Become part of our universe.
Yes. Absolutely. And if you're interested in learning Reiki, Helen has the energy school where she's going to be having an online energy. You can take classes. So pay
Hey,
attention.
you're
Sign up
part
for
of
the
that, honey. So don't think you're gonna get out of that. Sorry.
Okay, what time is it? Oh, it's 7:30 already. Okay, so let's do a nice
Really quick one.
meditation, like 10 minutes. So get as comfortable as possible. If you're sitting in a chair, you want to put your feet firmly on the floor in front of you. If you're lying down, just get as comfortable as possible. And I want you to be as comfortable as possible. So if you're at all uncomfortable, it's okay to adjust your position during the meditation. Relax your hands and place your hands on your lap or by your side with your palms facing up. And gently close your eyes and relax your eye muscles. Soften your forehead. Relax your jaw. Notice your breathing. Pay attention to the feeling of the air flowing in and out of your nose. Become aware of the rise and fall of your chest with each inhale and exhale. Notice the weight of your body. Relax your shoulders. If you notice your attention is not on your breathing, bring your attention back to paying attention to the air flowing in and out of your nose. If you notice that you're becoming a little sleepy with your eyes closed, then adjust your position a little bit, or perhaps open your eyes a little. And remember that it's perfectly normal to have thoughts coming and going during meditation. When that happens, bring your mind and your thoughts and attention back to your breathing. And breathe nice and slowly. Sometimes you may need to take a nice deep inhale and exhale, and that's okay too. want you to take your left hand and place it on your heart. And notice your heart beating. And taking a nice inhale and exhale. Now I want you to imagine that you're able to connect your energy with your heart energy, that you're all one. You're this beautiful golden starlight full of loving kindness energy. And you can feel that energy with each beat of your heart. You can feel that in your hand. And just breathe in and out, noticing the beating of your heart. You are full of love. You are full of kindness. And you are connecting with your superpower, which is love. Loving kindness for yourself and loving kindness for others. And just bring your hand down now to your lap and just relax your hand. Love is always present within us, and it's always around us in our energy field. And I want you to visualize yourself in this beautiful golden healing light. It's just flowing all around you, and it's flowing through you. This beautiful unconditional love is going into your heart and into your body, into your spirit. And this beautiful love is spreading all throughout your body. All of your organs are receiving love and compassion, and they are strong and healthy. And breathe into that beautiful image of your body, mind, spirit, heart, and organs being full of love and healing energy. Notice your breathing. Now bring your attention to your toes and just wiggle your toes a little bit. Feel the energy coming back into your feet and rising up into your legs. Relax your feet. Just adjust your hips and your back a little bit and start to become awake and come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers. Move your neck a little bit if that's comfortable for you. Roll your shoulders just a little bit. Notice your relaxed forehead and your relaxed eye muscles. And slowly open your eyes and come back to the room. And just give yourself a little stretch. Just feel that loving kindness that you brought to your body. That self-love, that superpower that you are. We're all full of love. That's our superpower. So be kind to yourself and try to practice meditating. And if you don't have an hour a day, you can take a few minutes just to notice your breathing.
I think that was absolutely wonderful, Robin.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I hope everybody feels good. Give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, do all that mushy stuff. And next week, Robin and I are going to talk about one of the things that we don't even realize, how we give away our powers. And next week, we're going to own the powers, grow the powers, and be who you are meant to be in this lifetime.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to grow the superhero now.
Yes, think of your heart as growing and loving yourself and being kind to yourself, and listen to that beautiful inner voice that you have in there.
So please join us next Tuesday. That's March 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to drop in, give us a comment. If you would like for us to talk about a certain subject, put it in the box below. We're not shy. If you're being shy, you're not using your superhero powers. So, Robin, I'll let you close the talk right now.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you for staying on and asking questions. And don't forget to subscribe below.
Yes, subscribe.
Sign up for the email newsletter so that you can stay on top of what's happening over at the Healing Place Energy School, or if you are interested in reflexology, reach out to Helen, reach out to Helen's apprentice, Maureen Jennings, and take care of yourself.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.